Back in my day, we used to watch the good old 10 frames per second, double wide thick box TVs. My wife and I loved to watch our ancient ass cartoons like the Wonder Twins, the Flintstones, and of course, who could forget Slavery on Disney Channel. But even though these shows are wildly different from each other, especially the last one, they all had one thing in common, and that was the length of every show, specifically the length of every episode. All of them were 3 minutes? I'm actually not that old, can you believe it? My shows were Regular Show and iCarly, which were longer than my toes. I have a Morton still, by the way. I'm very self-conscious when I go swimming. These were about 11 minutes for Regular Show and 25 minutes for iCarly. And before you say, Hami, Regular Show was not that long, it was paired with another 11-minute episode, which made it 22 minutes for you mathematically challenged individuals. You better believe that I sat myself down for the almost 30-minute long shows without lifting one hair off the couch. Of course, there were plenty of distractions in my shack, like my mom making food, my sister doing whatever they do I guess, and my brother watching the family friendly content with the door locked. I could have got my slouched self up and snooped to see what all the yappering and hoopla was about, but no, I had my full attention on Miranda Cosgrove, iCarly, and I did not even move an eye to see what was going on in another room. I always had immense focus on whatever task I had at hand, never drifting into space until the job of watching something or doing something was finished. But now in the digital era, okay, what the fuck was that, nigga? Nah, bro. I might actually stop the recording here, bro. But now in the digital era, everyone has what are just mobile TVs that will keep your child occupied at your great grandma Muriel's funeral, and with consoles such as the Switch, DS, 3DS, or maybe even the PSP, who remembers that? It just adds on the things that will keep your little baby boy from wandering off into the woods and getting snatched, giving them hours of fun by just looking at a screen. I was poor, struggling with dough. My auntie was broke. My grandma was broke. My brother was broke. I was broke. I never had the luxury of owning a phone. Well, I did own one, but the most complex thing you could play on it was Snake, so you can guess what type of phone I had. All the new entertainment apps like YouTube I watched on my iPad. Okay, you got me. I wasn't that poor. I sold a little bit of lemonade here. I did some child labor there. You know how it is. What? There was one app at the time that I didn't have access to because of my lack of mobile pocket device. And that was the beloved app at the time named Vine. And here is where the depleting of boys, girls, and attention span started. Vine was very unique in where you posted 6-second silly, some might even go as far to say goofy videos that are called skits. Every time one skit ended, you just scroll to the next. In just about 1 minute, you could watch 10 videos. This doesn't mean that the videos weren't entertaining. Oh no. They are probably still some of the most funny and nostalgic videos to this day. Except for the challenges, like how brain dead do you have to be, man? The ability to intake that much content in so little time made people somewhat addicted to just mindlessly scrolling, getting a little chuckle, and then just moving on to the next video. They repeated this cycle for hours. This form of media was becoming increasingly more popular as time went on, which meant that companies could capitalize on success of short form content. This is where the dreaded, hateful, worse than Pablo Escobar app known as Musical.ly comes into the picture. Just like Vine, you could watch a short video and then scroll to the next one without worrying or caring about the video that came before it. Unlike Vine, the quote-unquote entertaining content was, not to be mean to any Musical.ly enthusiast here, but it was straight sweaty, unwashed booty cheeks. It was just teenage girls dancing to popular songs at the time. Yup, that was keeping the masses watching. I'm starting to think that if you like these videos, then you are either really young, like sperm, or you're just a serial EDP, like there's no in between. Getting back to the topic at hand, there is so much going on in one short video with the movement and music that kids just couldn't concentrate on one thing, which led to them losing some of their ability to focus and be attentive. And I know there is ADHD and attention deficit disorder, but that doesn't really count here. You was born with that, it's a skill issue, I'm sorry. And to be honest, looking at Musical.ly would just hinder your ability to concentrate even more if you suffer from those disorders. Now in present day, when Vine and Musical.ly sadly passed away, well, sadly for Vine, fuck Musical.ly, we have the treacherous world of TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. The most popular of these right now being TikTok. It used to be just like Musical.ly in its birth, but through the years it somehow got better and worse at the same time. Like, how's that even possible? You still occasionally see the cringy dances, like what do you small buggers call this? The renegade and the SpongeBob? I don't know, I'm too old for this shit. But But then you see some actual funny shit that reminds you of the good old days of Vine. Me saying good old days like I wasn't drinking toilet water when Vine was popular. Even though there is some interesting and cool content on these apps, it still has that short form content factor in where you laugh and then forget about the video because you have been scrolling for 2 hours in bed. All of this has made kids and grown people develop the attention span of a goldfish. Now most people don't even watch the full minute TikTok or reel. If there isn't anything stimulating their brain every second, then they would just scroll past it and keep going until they rot in their chair. People need that thing that's gonna keep them watching, whether it be a noise or a flashing light or an image to pop up on the screen. If you have 5 seconds without anything happening, then say goodbye to your retention. This is the product of what short form content has done to people's minds, made them incapable of focusing and actually paying attention to what they are consuming. You can see this now reflect on streams and YouTube videos. Most content creators screaming their uvula out and having this and that on screen so their fan bases stay watching. I literally have been doing the same thing in this video and have been doing for the past 2 years. That's one of the reasons I edit like this. Also because I really enjoy doing it, it's my hobby. But if I just had a plain black screen / image or even some Castle Crashers gameplay in the background while talking, then nobody would watch that. There's this girl on TikTok live that when you type or react with an emoji, she would act out the emoji and people would watch that shit for hours on end just to hear her say meh, yeah, pop 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 on some rapper ad-libs type shit. NPC head ass. Obviously more people started doing it because you know what, it's easy clout and easy money. That is just where we at with entertainment and the ability to concentrate as a whole, to a point in where less and less people can sit and make stuff, watch something, or do anything without something stimulating their brain every millisecond at a time. So in conclusion, I got a bit serious at the end here, but I was just very passionate about this. And yeah, so I hope y'all had a good day. Wish y'all the best. Stay up, on God, subscribe.